Hey guys, what's going on? Hopefully you're having a good day. Welcome to another stream. Gonna be doing more of Bazaar as per usual. I think we're about a week out from the end of season 1. And then we're going to be getting into season 2, which I have no idea what's in store for us then. But I'm looking forward to it a lot, and I really hope that we continue to get good things. That would be really nice. But who knows? It might be a drag. I'm not sure. I really hope not. I'd rather that everyone kind of had a good time. That would be really nice. It would be nice if we could have a really good time, but hopefully, things will be good. There's been a pretty huge shakeup lately. If you're in the VTuber community, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And it's not really my place to talk about things like that. I kind of want to keep things as positive as possible. I'm nowhere near as connected to it as opposed to the others involved. Really unfortunate and shitty situation all around. The TLDR is that my Kami Oshi that I looked up to turned out to be a just really troubled and bad individual. And karma and consequences are a bitch. Let's say that much. But yep, that is what is going on right now, and hopefully everyone involved on the other end can get the necessary closure, and they can heal and they can move forward, given the gravity of the situation and whatnot. But that being said, I think here we're going to get into the Bazaar. I'm just checking a couple of things. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and launch. All right. Yeah, if there's any like backgrounds, as far as like other voices, it's just because my office is near the living room, and family member is very passionate about their Marvel Rivals and Overwatch games. So I'll just preface it with that and hope that it doesn't get too loud. But we'll see. Yeah, that should be fine. All right. So, I actually haven't played at all today. So let's see exactly what we are getting into here. As far as dailies, 4,000 to multicast, upgrade 4. That's pretty doable. Let's see what is available. Ocean Rogue Vanessa. I don't like this one as much as I like the one that I currently have. Didn't mean to do that. On her right now, which is the one that I've been looking for pretty much all season, and they only just recently rotated back in. Also the wrong place. Well, not necessarily, but it's this one. This one is pretty damn fire, so I really like that. I've been building up some chests. She did cost 5k gems, which is why my gems are low, in addition to all the ranked games that I've been playing. Speaking of chests, let's open some. We'll do 2 slot machine pulls, and then we'll get into some games. 1, 2, 3. Not bad. Most of these were above average in terms of gems, so that's nice. Let's see one more. Do I have this one already? Bazaar Traditions. That one might be new. I don't know what these mean necessarily. They might mean that they're new. I don't know. I can certainly check. Let's see, are these here? Bazaar Traditions. No, that's a new one. Alright. Well, let's equip it then. Okay. And I don't know where to start today. I think we'll start a Mac game. We'll use the free ticket on him. Oh, game crashed. And for whatever reason, VTube Studio is appearing on top again. So weird. I don't know why it does that. Seems buggy. Hopefully it didn't consume the free... Okay, it didn't. I was going to say, if it consumed the free ticket, I'm going to be pretty mad. Glad it did not. Glad it did not. Okay, what are we going to do today? Obsidian, Spider Mace, Toxic Emerald, Shielded Ruby. I'll go with Toxic Emerald, and maybe we can eventually branch out into some stuff here. That's pretty good.
I guess I made a sale.
We want to do...
Okay, now sell me something. Something huge.
That'll give us a nice boost at the start. Yeah, and we'll go after the Viper. We can beat the Viper with this. Yeah, this thing's toast. Here we go.
A waste of my time.
Okay, we got extract. Not too bad. Do I want small items or do I want to go for the free medium? I think I'm gonna try the free medium. See what we get. Fireclaw, that's pretty good. It's not exactly what I'm trying to go for right now, but fine.
Take your time. I'm pretty.
I don't have any Regeneration. So we might not go Nightshade. I'll take the mortar though.
Water is free. I like the exercise.
Okay, let's see. No, nothing else. Alright, I assume this is going to be weapons, and if it is, probably going to lose. That's okay.
You're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
Ooh. Does it have any crits? No, but I don't. Well, I can survive that. It's just whether or not the poison.
I paint my ship red, but I
Oh. I thought after that he ran out. I just my mind completely blanked on the powder flask, so never mind. I was like, oh, I can win if this goes to fatigue. Turns out that I cannot. Oh, right. I was like, why did I get 2? That doesn't make sense.
Cast aside your destruments.
I definitely want to get that.
But I'm glad you bought this.
Sure. Let's see.
Our energies resonating.
Not really what I wanted there, but okay.
Another step forward on my path.
A little bit of a disappointing start.
They
Sure.
are greater trainers than me. I'm just getting you ready for them.
I don't really need any potions, so we'll go for the freebie again. It's pretty good. Keep the emeralds. I think we pivot a little. Let's do something like that.
I was born into a line of master alchemists, but I was a foolish youth.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really. If this doesn't get slowed, it definitely works. I don't think I can beat the scrapper though, so I'm just gonna go after the mosquito. Yeah, I don't think that would have worked so well against the scrapper, to be
Another
honest.
specimen for my collection.
So, that's fine. That's fine. Medium. Can we get a reagent? Okay, perfect. Nice. Before I do that, do I want to see if we could get...
Got any new playlists for me? Filled or two
There we
rooms,
go.
rooms. Why do my people live in forests?
Okay, so let's do that. That. Obsidian potion. Okay, yeah. We'll go with that for now. Hopefully that can carry us forward. It's kind of too bad we didn't get the level before, but Alright, let's
I
see.
will leave you alive to learn.
I assume this is also weapons
You
again.
should
Weapons
know,
is just a
I'm a bit of a
little
legend
too
on
strong.
Keanu.
Looks like it. I see. 53% crit. Wow. Okay. Burn, please?
Bring her back!
Okay.
I've got another salvo with you.
I was gonna say, little scared. Obsidian silencer too, wow. Okay.
Size dilutes the brain. Mind is
Let's
highly
see. Nah.
concentrated. Tell everyone you got it here.
Toxic venom? No, I don't think so. Maybe we can get another reagent? In fact, we have 2 here.
Be remorseless.
Heavy letter opener? That's not bad. Okay.
After all these centuries, there is still more to learn.
Maybe I should have... whatever, that's fine. Okay. I'll just put that there for damage. Potion, item, ruby. Actually, that might be pretty good. Weapons, I don't know. I don't think we're going weapons this time. I think I'll look for a fight. Damn. No fight. Hover bike hooligan. I think we can survive. We should do enough damage. Okay, last time that happened, my run got completely screwed. So hold on, let me just exit. And again, for whatever reason, VTube Studio shows up in the background and I don't understand why. Don't understand why. Anyway, so let's see. Okay. It doesn't look like the run is borked. I guess we'll find out. Well, I guess we won. Or not. We lost, but we won. What the hell? Why is this thing down here? Can we click on it? Let me exit to the menu again. That's really weird. Okay, he's not there. It doesn't count as a win, even though we got an item. So... that kind of sucks. We got gypped out of a level and rewards. Damn. Get wrecked, I guess.
No sale. I want what's right for you. Just toss that on my back.
Ooh, gold fire claw on day 3. Okay. Upgrade a bronze, sure. Or fire.
Another
Nice.
step forward on my path.
Let's see.
You might be too sad.
Stone.
You
All right,
remind
yeah,
me of
it really
someone I
sucks
fought
that
last century.
we got
I
screwed
have
out of a
faced
level
evil
there.
wars exactly like you. People are
I mean, it's nice that the game said that we won, but like we didn't actually win. We got a reward. We didn't get the XP. We didn't get the start of
I
day
have no pride for you
rewards.
to ruin.
That kind of really blows. So, but yeah, not great. We got it that time, which is good. Hopefully the devs are looking into that. That would be really, really good if that were the case. Let's go for another freebie. Kind of poor. Sunlight Spear is actually pretty amazing. It's just really slow. Might be worth putting in though. Let's do that. Get rid of you. Might keep you around. Okay, maybe we can get some reagents.
I only sell things so I can buy things. Huge things.
Seems like we're locked into a burn build, so... Alright. I don't think we can beat the Flame Juggler, because we have no regeneration. So I think we'll do the Retiree instead. And that should work out. Okay. Yeah, that should be good. Seems good.
When you leave
Oh,
this
no
long,
space.
you create some clutter.
I guess, even though we probably won't see usage of it for a while. It's a bit too slow.
Got any new playlists for me? Fill the tunes, heal the wounds. The more
Okay.
you get hurt, the more we can hang out.
Nope, none of that really helps. If I could get like another fire claw or something, that would be pretty insane. Restorative fire potion. It's 5 seconds. It could matter. It could matter. Small items, sure.
Size dilutes the brain. Mind is highly... Remember, diamonds come in small boxes.
Fiery smelling salts. Works for me. We'll skip on the runic for now.
After all these centuries, there is still more
Fire skill would be really good. Alright.
I think you had a breakthrough.
Okay.
You are a child.
It looks like we kind of have a build.
You should
It's just
know,
a matter of
I'm
whether or
into
not
the
we can
legend of
survive.
Lago.
Maybe I'll look into the invulnerability potion. That might be our saving grace. Yeah, because I think here we just kind of lose.
All cannon,
Yeah,
no ball.
a bit too slow. I don't know if we would have stood a chance if we even had the invuln. Hard to say.
Make deals, not war.
Sure.
I can feel our energies resonating.
Ooh. probably don't need 2, so I'll just get rid of that.
Use that for the good of
Okay. Yeah, let's go for a fight. I'm like super poor.
Well, aren't you a love?
This one should be fine.
You beat me.
It is indeed fine.
Kind of enjoyed it.
Ooh, another chance. Okay.
Who sent you? That trick.
Yeah, the freeze skill would be pretty good if we could get that. It might extend our survival a little bit.
How would you like to work for us?
With each new discovery,
Okay. Ooh,
our
reagent.
life is revealed.
Okay. Not really what I had in mind, but that's kind of funny in its own way.
You see that, Barkin? That's how it's done.
No transform event. I'll keep him around just in case. Obsidian runic potion. Nah. Tools? I think I'll go with an item. We can sell that. It's fine.
In 100
Vanessa?
years when you are dust, I will remain.
Weapons? Cannonade. Yeesh. I think I'm gonna get bursted down here. Yeah. Yeah, just not good enough. Just too slow. Well, that and Vanessa's just a bit too strong. Maybe that's what it is in comparison. Okay.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does. You leave it behind.
Don't need to upgrade
Someone
that.
else finds it. It all works out.
Transform. Okay. Ooh, that's not a bad transform. Can we beat the Infernal, I wonder? We might. I'm gonna give it a try. I think with the crit, we should be able to. Ooh, if we get a second Fire Claw, that would be crazy. Nice.
Endless fire, unquenchable.
Well, not really, not really what I wanted, but that's fine. Let's upgrade
With more
potion
time
so we
comes
can get
greater
an extra
perfection.
second on there. 4 seconds is good.
The smaller the portions, the finer the meat. I think that suits you beautifully.
Okay. Poison items. I think I actually want to go for a fight. Did not get a fight. Big sad. Heavy Philosopher's Stone. Interesting. A Mac. 2 wins. I think that's the same as me. I haven't won in a little bit. Yeah. Vat of acid. That's scary. I have about the same HP, so I think my burn will knock him out quicker than it will knock me out. Yeah. Now, if we could get a good enchant on like the Calcinator or even the Fire Claw, that would be pretty premium. Like fiery Fire Claw. That would be pretty good. Okay, let's see. Small, large.
Reasonable.
Sure.
4 legs because I carry the cow.
Okay. Potions.
The Bazaar has many secrets. I will uncover them all.
I don't really have a lot of regeneration. I guess we'll just go with gold.
Power, but he can never
40. Enemies and poison 1. Sure.
I've seen such talent once before, and it bloomed into a Dira.
Wow. Okay. Well, what are the chances?
I'm so glad we could share this experience today.
All right. Nope. Chili Charles. I mean, once my stuff goes off, I should be able to beat Chili Charles, but I guess we'll see. He does have a lot of heal and shield, and a decent amount of freeze stuff, so... Sunlight Spear is probably going to go off this time. Oh, look at that. Cool. Need you.
Nothing tiny, nothing huge. All about moderation.
Small reagent.
Oh, delivery's free. I like the exercise.
No transform event, huh? Kind of sad.
Base my wares by haggling. Neither
It's funny.
wealthy nor wise, huh?
All right.
Why must we do
Hey,
this?
Rainbow.
Death
How's it
laughs at
going?
us both.
My fight isn't with
Hope
you.
you're having a good day. Good afternoon. Sorry if I missed that earlier. For whatever reason, my multi-chat inside OBS is not working.
Bravery without strength is a sword without a blade.
I got Arbalist. Alright. Fair enough. Don't worry, just said it. Okay.
I see everything.
Just want to make sure. Season 1 ends in about a week. I believe there are 7 days left. So that will be quite interesting. Dragon's Breath. Alright, yeah, let's try and transform something here. Sword cane. Nah. We did miss out on a catalyst, that kind of sucks, but oh well.
We Empyreans are here to guide you. And
Toxic Nightshade. Turbo Pendulum. Problem is we don't have anything that's like super fast. But we're also not doing a whole lot with the Sunlight Spear, so maybe. Yeah, okay.
tell me, mortal. What will you do with it?
We don't have vehicles, so we'll just go for value. We'll go after the shoal.
I seek the ultimate power. I have no time for
Darn.
you.
Well, that kind of works. We have one slow. We had more slow. Although that's kind of not really what we're building, so.
Cast aside your deathstruments.
Nothing.
I feel like that
We are kind of
decision
poor.
comes from a negative place.
Can't really afford much. I guess we'll just get a random item. Eh.
My power burns hotter, melting
Shield.
away impurities.
Is it worth getting the shield? If we're going up against weapons, probably. It's probably better also to get burned too, but I don't think shield's bad. We'll go with shield. Shield's fine. You just have to hope we don't get bursted down or crazy poison, which might
You
happen.
knew my true purpose.
Might
You
happen
would
against this
stand
guy.
aside.
Toxic hogwash. Oh shit. Okay. That's it's a bit scary. But that worked out. Hey, I'm like poison. There's like literally no counter to it. Which, I mean, you know that, but It yeah, whenever I see some kind of poison, I'm like, I don't know.
You're huge.
His build didn't seem bad, but
Items?
guess it also wasn't great. So
Sail and fail, right? Sail, fail, fail, sail.
hourglass. Can I fit hourglass into anything? I don't know. Everything's kind of essential. 16%. Let's see what that looks like. $5.9. What if... Well, that doesn't really work. Yeah, because I want to keep this at 6 seconds. I put this over here. 5. Maybe I do something like this. I guess we'll try it. We have a monster fight coming up, so. Is this faster than this? No. Okay, good. It's the last thing we kind of need. Cool. We need to get more ammo on the potion. At least one more.
But I do have plenty.
Hey, Yuffie. You had a fun run today? That's awesome. How far did you run? Or was it on a treadmill? Do you like a park or? Or are you talking about a run in the Bazaar? What kind of run did you have? Let me know. Slow? I guess?
0.5 seconds ago.
Below me, run never. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah. Nah.
With enough power,
I'm terrible at names, so forgive further shit explanation. Nah, go for it.
I can teach you many secrets.
I'm sure I'll eventually piece it together.
You must discover for your.
There we go. There's that ammo that we needed.
Gifted student, but some gifts can be curses.
Yeah, actually, let's get more burn. There we go. Ooh, it's probably weapons.
May I dissect you for study?
If it's poison, we may have a chance. It is slow. It's faux lighthouse. Okay. Great. Dually, crit core, shielded temporary shelter, weapon, balloon bot, and force field. Oh, nice, nice. Crit core, temp shelter, weapon, balloon bot, force field. That's pretty cool. It was fun to even manage to beat several freeze people. Nice. That's awesome. I always want to do like shield when I play dually, but I'm just never pushed into like a certain direction with them. With that, I'm usually either pushed into weapons or bugs, and when I'm pushed into bugs, it usually ends really poorly. Got it super late. Okay. Is that something that, like, you had to pivot into, essentially?
Welcome in, huh?
Had fun. That's good. 9 wins. Nice. That's awesome. Having a build come together in the late game and managing to get a win is really cool. Always feels good. Wow, that's a potion. I'll consider keeping that. I had the shield from early on, but no good damage. Wasn't until 6 losses on day 7 that I got the force field. Got it. Yeah, that tends to happen a lot. It seems like that's been happening a lot with Dually and Pig this patch.
Return to the Bazaar. Do not corrupt us.
Yeah, I've been getting that shit on everyone, struggling a lot. I feel that. It's the patch has been pretty difficult, not gonna lie, as far as like learning curve and the way that like items have changed and whatnot. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. It's taken me a good while to like figure things out myself, so
With no weapons?
definitely got you there. Ooh, as much as I hate to get rid of those, just so that we can get the reagent. It's too bad we haven't found a book. Sure, why not? Especially because I don't have Mac yet. I've had some fun Pig builds though, even a 10 win. Pig is fun. It's just really defeats on Pig feel bad because you put you micromanage so much on him. It's probably the one that you do that, the character you do that the most, and to have to like face like not even getting like a win sometimes just by putting in so much effort, it just feels really bad. But he definitely has a lot of fun builds, like Bees is my favorite build on Pig, because it's brain dead and I just love weaponizing Bees in like every game. So but yeah, it can get pretty rough for sure.
There's fun size and there's boring size.
Wow, another potion. That's crazy.
Fine, here's some gold.
Sleeping potion.
I'll take it.
Nah. Also, one of the most fun I had was yesterday. Dually again. Got gold Jubalian drum, diamond robot DJ with 3 nanobots and race car plus some fantastic skills. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, no, like when you get drum on like other characters, it like kind of like turns like the whole like franchise around, you know? Like I had sort of a similar run on Vanessa where I just like randomed into like silver drum. And I was playing, you know, random bullshit weapons, and I was like, okay, like I can make something out of this. Yeah, drum goes hard. Fucking Bees. Yeah. It do be like that. I feel like Pig doesn't have enough haste to make it work well, but the others absolutely do. That's kind of true. I mean, Pig, at the end of the day is all like value investing, right? Including things that have haste. You're either cutting down on cooldown or you have like a property that initially has haste. But even then, a lot of Pig's items with haste are like bad most of the time. So yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Speaking of Pig,
I will fight you.
this is a 8-twin pig, which is scary.
I should warn you. I'm not like other
Also, would you agree the best start is money start in all characters? It kind of depends. We might lose this one, maybe. Money start is definitely good for Pig. As far as the others, though, it's hard to say. I personally love Enchanted. Objectively, income and economy is probably the best. It definitely starts you out like a tier above. With everything else, you're basically like gambling, right? Like enchanted item kind of more or less dictates how the run is going to go, at least at the start. And then gold skill it kind of depends. Gold skill is good if you manage it to pair with something that pertains to the skill at the start. Like gold skill Vanessa is rarely do you miss on that. As far as everyone else, I'm not sure. I saw a post on Reddit the other day where someone did an experiment gold skill pig. Gold skill pig is like all right. As far as everyone else, I don't know. Most of the time when I run into gold skill Dooley or gold skill Mac, it's not great. But if you, like I said, if you do manage to gold skill and pair it with an item or a couple of items at the start, it more or less guarantees at least like the first like 3 to 4 days that you win, unless you just get badly high rolled opponents. I feel like gold skill plus 5 gold would be a nicer start, though. Yeah, I mean that could do a lot. We'll see what happens in season 2, which should be upon us in like about a week. But they might change. They might change start of run. Hard to say. It would be interesting to see if they did that, though.
As long as we get to hang out.
They seem really open to critical feedback and whatnot, so hoping for good things.
You have your recipes, I have mine. We can help each other.
Anyway, my head's killing me, so I'm gonna pop off. Have fun. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. Please have a good rest of your day, and thanks for stopping by the stream. Hope you feel better soon. We'll be lurking, of course. Appreciate it. Yeah, have a good one. Have a good one. Rest up, be well, hydrate, all that stuff. Ooh, nice. 5 seconds. Okay, so... Nah. And... Nah. Okay. Question. Do we survive Frost Street? I don't know. I feel like we don't, but I'm gonna try anyway. It's gonna be rough. Oh no, this is not gonna go off with the thing. Uh-oh. Ooh, barely made it. Alright. Cool. Freeze all non-weapon items for 2 seconds. That actively works against me, so unfortunately I cannot take that skill this time.
more to learn. A thing of true beauty.
Obviously. Weapons, nah, so we'll go for the transform here. Alright. I do like Bottled Tornado, it just doesn't really work for us right now. Small, medium, sure.
How do you hugelings use these things?
Nice.
Half of the Grand Society of blah blah blah. Bye.
Aw. Wow, almost all their stuff's diamond. That's pretty good. 5-win pig who has died. That I don't like that.
Will you get me any closer?
Don't like that at all. It really sucks that my multi-chat thing isn't working. Ooh, that's real bad. I think he's got me on this one. Yeah. Wow. That's 5 wins? Really? 5 wins. So weird. Is there a way to bring back my multi-chat if I close it? Hold on. Sorry, I'm kind of fidgeting about this right here. Pig bad feels strong, man. Yeah. Yeah, for real, for real. Man. That's weird. I wonder if I have to restart my OBS. I don't know if anyone's chatting on YouTube or X. Usually not. It's usually just people on Twitch. I just wish there was a way to hold on. Okay, well, we'll just leave it at that for now. Should be fine. Okay, enchant. Let's see. Ooh. Yes, please.
I have lived 5 lives.
Ah, that's
already.
nice.
This is not my last.
That's real nice, real nice.
The Bazaar's a crazy place.
Still no book. That sucks.
Everyone here is huge. It's terrifying.
Still no book. Fine. Oops. Fiery Frost Potion. Soul Ring. Yeah, no to both, unfortunately. Do we beat Void Colossus? Let's give it a try. I think we get burn on him before shenanigans. Yeah. Yep. Definitely before shenanigans.
Man
Okay.
or beast. Sometimes it's
Wow.
hard to tell. With each new discovery, the formula of life is
Diamond or
revealed.
burn? I'm gonna go with burn.
Fire poison. I do.
First time you lose large item burn. Chemical fire. First time you burn freeze. I think I'm just gonna go with chemical fire. We could probably do better, but this gives fire to everything, which raises the fire for claw pretty significantly. Yeah.
Don't want to know.
Ooh, hat. Is this a skill? Oh, loot items.
Big boost for you.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, those are all really good. Those are really good. Great. Yeah, we want to do that, and okay, everything is at regular cooldown. Nice. Excellent. Tools? I don't really need tools. I guess health gumballs and shield. Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Fine. Pig, because of course. 5-win pig has died. I hope this isn't the same dude. If it's the same guy, I'm just gonna die again. I'm pretty sure. Fiery fixer-upper, sub-scraper. Oh god. Oh, what the? Did that happen again? Come on. I really hope that didn't reset the run. I'm gonna be really pissed off if it did. Oh my god, no fucking way, dude. No fucking shot. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. No fucking shot. My run just got reset to the beginning. Oh my god. Bro. Wow. Whole run reset. Are you fucking serious? No fucking shot, dude. Oh, I'm so fucking angry.
Make deals, not war.
Wow.
For the good of all.
Wow.
I'm so glad we could share this experience today.
Oh boy. This is horseshit.
Another specimen for my collection.
Being stream all day, I have to go get my car repaired all afternoon. I mean, I'll probably be streaming until like 4 or 5, but I don't know if I'll be able to stream longer than that. Car repaired. What exactly do you have to repair in your car? If you don't mind me asking, of course. Ace repairs the room. Oh, gotcha. Oil change, tire rotation. Just like basic maintenance. Gotcha. Drive across the country this weekend back to my parents' house. Oh. Is there like some event going on or something?
I pay well for mid-size. You see that, Parker? That's how it's done.
PAX East. Ooh.
Happy to exploit you.
I've never been. Always wanted to go. I hope you have a good time.
In 100 years when you are dust.
Where is that usually held? PAX East. Is that like New York? Boston? Ooh, I think I die here. Gold skills start Uzi. It's in Boston, okay. Yeah, because I have a bunch of friends that live in Boston, and they mentioned going to PAX East before, but I wasn't sure if it was there or they needed to travel. Upgrade a bronze item? Sure.
We take pride in our restorations.
With more time comes greater perfection. Another step forward on my path.
Comic-Cons in New York City, if you're thinking about that. No, yeah, I wasn't thinking necessarily of that one. Ooh.
There are greater trainers than me. I'm just getting you ready.
There's a bunch of Comic-Cons, but I do know the New York one is the one that everyone likes to go to.
An alchemist with no
Can't afford that.
It is almost
Yes, I
humorous.
can.
I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was
I
weird.
can't afford anything else though. Have you ever been to Comic-Con? That's like another thing that I wanted to go to, but never really had the chance. We should be good against the rogue scrapper here without math. Yeah, but definitely not as fun. My friends like it more because you just buy art. Okay. PAX East usually has like guests, right? Like voice actors and whatnot.
What strange
Are there any
creatures
like
crawl
on there
these
that you
streets?
want to that you're looking forward to seeing or whatnot? You're just really just going for the art and like merch and stuff. Indie game booths, nice.
The smaller the portions, the finer the meal.
Shoot.
Whoever said money can't buy class had neither.
Lots of small developers let you play their games. That's cool.
Come on in. Let's chat. You're busy. Enjoy your purchase.
Oh my god, I swear.
I get it. You're busy. Enjoy your purchase.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I hope you have a good time, and there's a lot of like fun games.
If you knew my true purpose,
Actually,
you would stand
do they
aside.
have
My fight
the
is
games that
with
they're going to
you.
showcase up on the website? Yeah, they should. Okay.
Defeat does not defeat me.
Ooh, they have an arcade. That's cool. Rising Showcase. Cool. Hey, Olivia. How's it going? What's up? Oh, just, I don't even know if I died there. Let me replay that. I'm gonna assume I did. Just having a run forcefully restarted on me, but just chilling otherwise. How are you? Are you having a good day? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Oh, I actually won. Damn. PAX is too engaging. It seems like they have a lot. Like so much that you probably can't really do everything in the time frame that you're there. I assume it's going on from like Thursday or Friday until Sunday. I'm good. Awesome. Glad to hear. Your model looks really cool. Oh, thank you. My mama and papa did a good job. I really like how everything turned out. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you to say. It's 2D. I've been thinking about 3D, but it's not really in the cards right now. I'm not really sure what I would do or change for either just a 3D version of what I have now or like a 1.5 or 2.0 type of deal. Haven't really thought that far ahead. 3D would look so cool. I think so too. That's not bad. We'll just leave that there. Weapons. Chocolate, I guess. Yeah, 2D are pretty expensive. I do have a PNG tuber, but I haven't loaded them in yet, so I can't switch over to that one. But yeah, I mean, this one, I'm trying to remember, what was the cost? I think my model was like 600, and I'm trying to remember what the rig price was. Essentially, it was like close to like 1,000. So Actually, I'm an artist too, and I make custom avatars and also 2D, 3D model with rigging. Oh, nice. That's cool. Very cool. Very cool. Let's go for the freebie because I'm kind of poor. That's pretty good. I'll do that. I think we're good against the Etherite.
Let's go!
If you want 3D, I can help you with it. Maybe. I know that's not something that I'm looking for right now, but I know maybe in the future that might be something. If you could like DM me on Twitter, like your portfolio, I'll definitely give it a consideration. If you want 3D, I can help you with it. Plus, don't worry about the money. I have great payment plans. I'm also budget friendly. I mean, that's nice to know, but it's like I said, right now I'm not really looking for anything. So, add you on Discord. Share my portfolio. What's your Discord? Is it the same as your name? Yeah. Just do that. Yeah, just send me your portfolio and I'll look. Yeah. I can't wait to go into depth for a model. Yeah. Olivia. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll probably add you sometime after the stream. But definitely like send me a DM and I'll take a look into it. So. Upgrade bronze, small, medium. I think we're gonna upgrade here.
A thing of true beauty.
If you want mint condition, you're at the wrong shop.
Small. I think we're gonna go for a transform event. So many thermals. Jeez. It's kind of ridiculous, not gonna lie. I've sent you my portfolio on Twitter. Okay, great. Awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely I'll give it a look over. Thank you. Thank you.
With more time comes greater perfection.
I mean, at this point, I'm just doing this for the memes. This is kind of ridiculous. I'll just do that. Actually, I'll do... Let's see. Let's do something like that.
When we are finished, may I dissect you for study?
Okay. Ooh, that looks like not fun. We should be alright. Close. Are you talking to me? Do you have a reference sheet of this character? Yeah. Yeah, I have the reference sheet that my my model mama worked on. Don't need that. Man, this really isn't going as well as it was before. Kind of upset about that.
Something huge. Not very big though, is it?
Hey man, what's up? How's it going?
Delightful to see
Yeah, yeah.
Quark Fable gave
Doing
that
okay?
to me.
You
On our
working
first
today?
date.
Nope. Toxic fireflies. Sure. Anyways, check out my work. I also dropped you a follow. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look and I'll get back to you. Thank you. Took the day for a massive migraine. I feel that. I feel that. Prince Marianus. I think I do too many things, so we'll go with the Raider.
Witness my strength, lads.
You got here at just the right time, man. Like, I was on like a win streak with Mac. I was doing
Laughing at me.
a Fire Glove Calcinator build with the Strength Potion and what's it called? I'm blanking on the item name now. But the one where you the tool that you put things next to each other and like they charge each other, that type of thing. Yeah, I got into a PvP fight with Pig on day 9 and like got disconnected and my run started all over. So you're on the new run. I was out, so I couldn't be here from the start. Yeah, no worries, man. Appreciate you being here. However much time you can spend.
Size dilutes the brain. Mine.
And now we have
highly
a
concentrated.
shittier version of the build,
I think that suits you.
which kind of feels bad. Don't like it.
Fire's remorse never. Be remorseless.
Few
Maybe we can
warriors
find
get to
Fire
a
Glove
time.
again.
Buy my weapons, and you might.
We
You'll
cannot.
be back with bruised.
Closer and closer. I can
It's taking up
hear
way
my
too much
sister's
space.
laughter.
Oh, sure. I can help you. But you have to trust me.
Yeah, just in case we end up pivoting into that build again, I'll want an extra charge for the strength potion.
You are a child to me, and I will punish you.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
We got tickets for Thunderbolts. I just saw the note or the notification fly across my my screen. I don't know if Abby let you know.
You've got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
But if not, I could let you know where we're seated at. Small items. Wow. Okay. She did. Okay, great. Awesome. Awesome. Go for small. This is such a stupid build that's gonna fall off. Alright, fine. Let's see if we can get any upgrades.
You're a smart one for your size.
Alright, tools.
Fix things. I make the things they fix things with.
Man, come on.
It's okay. It's research.
That it is. That it is. I'll agree with you there. Can we beat Scoville? Does he ramp burn faster than I do? I don't know.
Monster.
Yeah, we got kind of lucky or unlucky with the dupes. So oh yeah, he's dead.
I don't understand. You don't like numbers?
Okay.
The Bazaar has many secrets. I will uncover them all.
Silver tools, silver item. File launcher. Not really gonna do a file launcher build, but that is cool. Okay, so
His leg. Oof. Nufo teaches stillness. I prefer action.
oh come on, Fire Claw.
You can learn a lot from nature.
Ooh. Heat or anything to win? Probably heat. Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
He crouches before the strike. You can use that.
That's not a bad one to get. Oh, I have one too many. I need to free up the space. Just get rid of you.
Why must we do this? Death laughs at us both.
Dooley. I probably should still get a strength potion and like sub out like a Fireflies. That's a lot of shields. Ah, that was a really annoying fight. Ah, you fucking... Okay. Every time I get disconnected from a PvP fight, I am going to close the game because runs just keep getting reset when I don't do that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Whew, okay, we are still here. We are still here.
I'm finished with fighting. But
Can we get a Fire Claw? No.
Bazaar is not kind to the
We cannot. Why?
Come with no weapons, leave with big bargains.
Ah, no, those are terrible.
Being fully present with me?
Do we have enough burn to beat Infernal? I think so? Yeah, this should be fine. Okay. Oh. Please? Damn it.
Another step forward on my path.
Why do you hate me? Toys? Nah. EXP. Regen or heal?
Got any new playlists for me? Feel the tunes?
Book.
People live in forests. Those
I like
cities where
book.
the
Book is
woods
good.
are.
Mac. I need space. So goodbye.
When we are finished, may I dissect you for study? If you knew my true purpose, you would stand aside.
Ooh, poison. Ooh, that's a lot of quills. I do not like that.
I lost everything long before you were born. This is nothing to me.
You don't have time not to buy this.
After all these centuries, there is still
Crit. Gold tier. Do fights last long enough that building crit is a good idea? Maybe. I think I'm gonna go with gold tier skills though.
In power, but he can never surpass me in.
Yep, that's good.
Such talent once before, and it bloomed into Adira.
Okay.
Might leave a scar, but nothing a tattoo won't cover.
I might eventually get rid of the stone. Well, I don't poison, so I guess we'll just go for value? Wait, let me look up Joyful... Oh, wait, no. This one... I'm thinking of the Oasis Guardian, so yeah, we'll just go for the turtle.
I seek the ultimate power. I have no time for...
Ooh, okay. I really would like to stay ahead on EXP. Cool.
Not many come here. Even fewer leave. You got me, stem and all.
Sorry about that, just texting my partner. I didn't even see if I won. I assumed that I did, but I'm just gonna replay it. Yep. Okay.
With each new discovery, the formula of life is revealed.
That comes up so often under silver reagent. It's kind of wild. Oh wow.
Use that for the good of all.
Yeah.
Your aura guided me to what you needed.
What do I... Probably the fireflies. They're like the slowest things that I have. Maybe a firefly and a thurible. This should be over here. Yeah. Let's see, I'm gonna get 3. Okay, fine. Okay, 4
Why
win
must we do this?
dually.
Death laughs at us both.
Railgun, uh-oh. No likey that. Oof. Close. Close. Thankfully, it wasn't a drill. Gold? Chocolate? I was thinking about that, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure if that was the right call, but we'll see.
Landfill. I see buried treasure.
I think I'm just like too invested in the Firefly right now. Which I probably shouldn't be, because it's just kind of okay. Ooh, okay, that's nice.
20 years.
Someone sold the wrong thing there.
Louis, now that's a bargain.
Crit.
My rusty circuits to see that find a home. Well, you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
Alright. Nothing else? Non-weapons.
Reward the peaceful, punish the warful.
Whenever you're searching for the one thing.
You are enough, friend. But I'm glad you bought this.
Okay. Can I beat the dragon? I really would like the skill. I think we can stack enough on the dragon. Plus we get a chance for fire claws, which is nice. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Claw or rage? Preferably rage.
But
Claw.
I do have closer and closer.
I'll take it.
Hear my sister's laughter.
In that case, we definitely get rid of fireflies. Do I keep the ruby? Do I get rid of the ruby? Because now I need the what's it's called? The strength potion.
Have you ever considered becoming triangular?
Okay. Shield isn't bad. It's not great. It's not bad, though. Man, I don't even know. Yeah, not really. I really wish I had the what's it's called? Strength
You
potion.
remind me of someone I fought last century.
Uh-oh. Ruby's not. I think I'm cooked here. Yeah. Potentially, maybe? Oh, wow. Wait, why didn't he have a... 1, 2, 3, 4 slow triggers, but most of them are pots. Damn. Damn, that's rough. Heavy energy potion's nice, but the rest of them are kind of bad. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, Ruby's just a small item. That's it.
You've just taken the first step toward good taste.
No reagents, really?
Class isn't for everyone.
The Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
There's one. And there's the other thing that I'm looking for, which is great.
Come back for a refund.
Nope. Oops.
So, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
Okay. So, let's see. Do I... Ruby gives everything burn. But if I take this away, how much do I lose? Lose more from taking the ruby away? I do. But this is my slow trigger. Because I think I want to put in the hourglass. So if I put in the hourglass, 5.3, 6.2. $73, $82. That'll probably help me get more triggers off. Maybe. So here, do I go for the Enclave or Oasis? I think I want to go after the Oasis for the skill. Yeah, Waters of Infinity would be really good.
Not all my subjects survive my experiments. The Bazaar has many secrets. I will uncover them all.
Sure.
Eternal life will be a curse if you don't learn how to live.
Thirsty or quick ignition? That's tough. How often am I going to utilize Thirsty? Probably not super often. I think we'll just go with Quick Ignition.
I teach mastery over it.
Ooh. 4%. More burn. Overall cooldown's good. Okay. Let's see. All right. Another Mac.
You are a child to me, and I will punish you.
Didn't see if he died already. No. Aside from like two losses, pretty much been flawless. I mean, now we just need to get like shiny or fiery on the claw, and we'll be pretty good to go.
Welcome in, huh? What can I get you?
Nope.
See that mountain? That's Poe. He might have what you need.
Alright, yeah, I'll just get change. Pretty sure this guy kills me. Probably? Let's find out.
Stand down and submit to gratification.
Oof. That's a long amount of freeze on that. Wow. He did. Oh, man. Unlucky.
My mind glows. I see everything.
Deals, not war.
Ooh. Okay.
Our energies
That's
resonate.
good. That's good. that really sucks. Poison. Do we do Toxic Fireclaw? I mean, it's extra stuff that's like hitting them, right? I think we do Toxic Fireclaw. Okay, we have enough space. Another 7-win Mac. This one has lost quite a bit. It's about half. That's a lot of burn. Jesus. Not enough, though. But, damn. That is something. It's just too slow. Like, if he had something that triggered burn, that would be better. Like, I understand what he's doing with this, but, like, these just don't work. Not bad to make it to 7 wins with it, though. All things considering.
Cast aside your detriment.
Sure.
I'm so glad we could share this experience today.
Medium large?
Do you have any
okay.
really small things?
The fact that I'm still running into bronze upgrades at day 11 is kind of weird. Really not used to seeing that. Hilarious. We're good though. Yeah, no. Cool.
What strange creatures prowl these streets? My power burns hotter, melting away impurities.
Diamond.
That
Okay.
Landy claims to sell luxury. Cheap knockoffs.
I can't afford any of that. Well, I can't incorporate any of that into my current build. 5 seconds. I lose an ammo. It might be worth it. Fine.
You walk in,
Oh, I actually lose a bunch of ammo. Okay. That's fine. Weapons, nah. 2 EXP. I mean, this is potentially the last day, so I don't know. I'll just get like a diamond item, I guess. That's a good diamond item. Wow. Okay. Somehow we only lost one day. We are up against Vanessa, who has died. 7 wins. We're probably screwed against weapons, but we are probably okay against poison. 1 weapon, heavy long shot. Uh-oh. Oh. Wow. Okay. Alright, we did it. We did. After our last run fucked up, we got it.
That was good.
Good. Yay. That's nice. Okay. Yeah, and somehow we lucked into like the exact same build, pretty much. So nice. Oh, it's counting damage as in weapon damage, I think. I guess. Well, you know what? Since we won, and because we had to climb the ladder twice, we are going to do 2 slot machines. Because we deserve it. Pretty sure I just got you. Skin. Not a dupe. Oh! It's King Dooley? Not. Oh, look at that. Aw, that's cool. So glad. Awesome. Okay. That was definitely worth. Oops. Let's equip Yusa. Legend skin. Let's go. Still kind of mad that I didn't get the one that I wanted from the beta season. The one that makes him look like that one character from Guilty Gear. I don't even remember their name, but that guy. Pretty sad. Yeah. In fact, now that I have some time, let me look him up. Guilty Gear characters. Where you be? I know you're in here. The Mohawk, I think. Nice. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys got that. I'm so used to seeing him, but because I don't know him enough. Nope, not him. Am I insane? Am I thinking about a different game? Oh, Oh no, it's Justice. There we go. Yeah, that guy. You didn't have any dually legendaries?
You feel that
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I think aside from the one that I got out of the pack, that's the only legendary for dually that I got out of the chest. So, against my better judgment, I am going to play dually because I want to use the new skin, and I fear for my sanity. Because I feel like I'm going to be extremely mad. Probably going to rage. Hope not. Looks like the game crashed. Let's close it. Man, it's so funny how the last patch that they put out for the Bazaar was to address stability and crashing issues. And it has really just exacerbated that problem. Okay. Enchanted item. Store battery, Turbo Wallace, Turbo Alpha Ray. That's an easy pick.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does.
Chances of going drill. I don't think we're going drill. Oh.
See that mountain? That's home.
Man.
You have what you need.
Okay, this is 7 seconds. It won't give itself any damage because it needs the core or another ray. It'll haste itself, but to win against Viper, I have to hit it 8 times. 7 times 8 is 56, which means we're going to get into fatigue. The poison alone will kill me, so no, we're going Keanu. I probably also could have gone after the wolf too, but whatever. Silks after the change is actually pretty good. It's a pretty good item now. Maybe not on dually, but on pig it's a really nice item. Okay. That is not helpful.
Hi, I'm Quixel, Master Merchant. On behalf of the Grand Society of blah blah blah.
Just in case.
I would spar with you, but this leg. Oof. Use it well. Make me proud. Go make some more stories, then come back and tell me. And when you carry my weapon,
Never mind. Weapons it is.
You do see tusks, right?
I'm gonna hold off on saying it until we get there. I'm probably gonna lose this one though. Yeah, I wasn't able to bring his HP under enough. Oh boy, dually builds going like they always do? Man, that's crazy.
You've learned all you can from me. See Argenta. She's wonderful.
Small?
Smaller the portions, the finer the meal. Whoever said money can't buy class had neither.
Arc Blaster.
Tell everyone you got it here.
No. No, we have no scaling, so there's absolutely no chance. Oh, that's nice. It's always bugs. It is the only thing you should build. The other day, I actually got the full Dualtron package online, and I just lost. Just straight up. It was a one-win game. It's just crazy. Let's just get gold. And because we're still poor, let's get a freebie. That's a nice one if we were going friends. It's a little too slow for regular weapons, but I mean, should I put it in for the memes? Probably not. Would Pig have a lot of items right now, or would he be square? Probably wouldn't have 6 items. I mean, that's Murphy's Law, man. It's Murphy's Law. Whenever you're looking for something, you don't find it. When you're not looking for it, they're just like, here, have all the stuff. Okay, those are super slow. I'm just gonna meme this because it's very unlikely that I will win on this day. It's almost like the expansion hamstrings you out of good choices. Yeah, and it's just gonna be like that moving forward since you can no longer toggle it off. It's kind of good and it's kind of bad. Oh, he's got scaling. There's no way. Yeah. And he had 5 items. He was just out of range. Not that either of these being eaten would have done much, but all right, moment of truth. Wow. one I needed, and it's not there. Alright. That's crazy. And we're gonna go into day 3 and need to pivot. Shit. Man. Well, if that isn't a kick in the nuts. I was gonna say out loud too. I was like, the only way I get fucked over is if I don't get weapon core. And I don't get weapon core.
Just taking the first step
Like clockwork.
Remember, diamonds come in small.
It's the atypical dually experience. So good, so fun.
I think that suits you beautifully. You're a smart one for your size.
What a shit show. Yes, he is playing Marvel Rivals and or Overwatch. I mean, you can if you want to. I don't really know how much good that's going to do. But you're definitely free to do so. Okay, let me check to see which one of these guys has 6 items. We're on day 3. Tempest has 6. Frost has 5. Etherite has 4. Okay. Tempest it is. Unfortunately, the items that we can eat are all bad. And they don't do a thing. But we should be fine. There we go. At the very least, we'll do damage. Great. That's good. Small, medium.
Sale, no sale. I want what's right for you.
Drill. Nah. Satcom. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, I think you're really gonna enjoy that.
My battle days are over, and my weapons crave more.
Bulldozer. If I get DJ, I might drop the core because it is just a better core overall. Oh, man. Is Ballista better than Dianosaur? I have multiple triggers for haste. Well, I have one trigger for haste, but it hastes multiple things. Oh, God damn it. Why? Why, Bazaar? Why? What the fuck? Okay. I got rolled back to day 2. What the fuck is going on? Alright, well.
Oh, Dooley, I'm so glad to see you again, sir. I hope our friends help you, sir. This one's strong. He'll keep you safe.
My food is gonna make you unstoppable.
Yeah.
I may be young for
Well, it gave me like a different set of choices on that one. I don't think it gave me friends last time. But it's probably going to keep the no weapons for this one. I'm just going to lose its weapon, Vanessa. Man.
Red, but I don't use.
Wow. I love reliving depression. Oh, it's there this time. Good lord, man. What is wrong with these servers, I swear. I'm really not sure if it was supposed to do that, to be honest. It's tech. All right.
There's a special promotion today. Everything is for sale. Spend 300 more for free shipping. I'll carry it to your vehicle.
Can we beat this guy?
Give up the go, bro.
A second Uzi would be preferable.
You're vexing me, bruv.
Nice.
People first, profit 10.
Okay.
If that doesn't work out for you, come back for a refund.
Well, we are going to level before. Just gonna upgrade the laser.
Wait,
You might prefer Argenta's training. She's amazing.
Crit. Most weapon. I think we'll go with crit.
Next time, I might surprise you.
My dreams are too big for you to steal.
Yo-yo. Scaling yo-yo. With fire.
Well, I'll admit, that was impressive.
Okay. One win on the board, that's good.
I would spar with you. But, this leg. Oof. You'll be back with bruises.
Flame Juggler. I don't have the HP for Flame Juggler. I don't even think I have the damage for Flame Juggler. Okay.
Largo belongs to us. Lads will never let me forget.
All right. Not gonna lie, if we get a revolver again, I'll probably actually drop the Alpha Ray. Wow. Okay. Well, this has been weird. Okay.
Oh, sure. I can help you. But you have to trust me.
No tools here. Frozen. Wow.
When you're
Sure.
ready, I'll send you to Orlin. But I'll keep you as long as I can.
Vanessa, 3 wins.
You
Weapons?
should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Yep, that's interesting.
Bring her about! I've got another salvo in me.
I don't know. That's kind of sad. Okay. Well,
What can I get you?
yeah, that, huh.
See that mountain? That's Paul. He might have what you need.
Come on in. Let's chat. So, how about this weather? Oh, you're leaving.
old days are over. But my weapons, go make some more stories. Then come back and tell me.
I was just thinking in my head. Third Uzi, maybe? It's funny how that works out. Alright. What do we got going here? Oh, shield, I see. Oh, man. Damn. Really thought I had that one. Nope. Okay. I think we need to get ahead on EXP if we're allowed to. Looks like that's a yes.
I spent a year in a Yetarian prison. You can't hurt me.
More scaling.
The Bazaar's a crazy place, right? Buy, don't buy, as long as we get to hang out.
Dooley. Which one do you be? Bugs. Because of course. It's a lot of region. Where did he even get the region from? No skills. No. So he must have just taken every region event. Oh boy.
Master craftsman. Me? Try my best. No
Nah.
armor? You're so
Fight. Of course not. I think if we get bonk here, that would be really nice. Strength is also fine. Junkyard Club's also fine. There's not really room for spices.
No, I'm sorry, okay?
Yeah.
I am not a warrior. I am just a man who has lived a...
That works.
Skills quickly, but it takes patience to master them.
Yep. Yep. That's just how it goes.
I'm finished with fighting, but I can help you finish a fight.
Damn.
I respect new food, but bare hands are not enough.
All right.
I have faced 82 foes exactly like you. People are a pattern.
Oh no. That's not good.
Time is long, but I have none.
Damn, we are already at cheat death.
Have you ever considered becoming
Crazy.
triangular?
Shielded Tesla core. That may help. Upgrade.
That's a fine piece.
Huh.
But it can be better.
Unfortunately, do not have the means to make that work. Nightshade. It's not bad.
You are amusing. Why so fight? Was it too heavy? They tell me it's a problem.
Any good fights lately? Oh, I do miss it. All my weapons have been tested in battle. Have you?
One Win Mac that has died. That is worrisome. Uh-oh. Good. We may yet crawl back a little. Gonna go for the temporary boost here, so that we can go into our combats today with a little more wiggle room.
Experience is treasure. I said
Crit's good. Let's be real, we can't beat either of those. Okay, so we are going to get our second enchant here. Poison. It's going to be 10% of damage. I'd almost rather get obsidian or shiny. The problem is if I go random, there's a chance that I'll get radiant. And that's gonna suck if that's true.
What's your favorite color? Mine is sadness.
Shield. Okay. Toys. I mean, I could get Yo-Yo. Does that currently help me, though? Oh, and it's silver. Ugh. Nah. Okay. Same win rate. 3 wins. Has died. Micro. Oh. Okay. It's like a burn build. Interesting. Alright, well, we're not walking away empty-handed, so that's good. At the very least, we won't lose. a mark. Burn items.
Greetings. Fire's not for everyone. Perhaps you're more of a frostbring.
Guess we'll just go with the Titan. Hope for the best. I mean, I'm glad we got to at least 4 wins by day 10. Because winning past this point is going to take kind of a miracle. So, yep, we're just going to get into monsters territory now. Not a fan.
Some forgepaws say I hide behind my shields. But victory is victory.
Okay.
Hitting you? Or are they hitting themselves with you?
Chocolate items.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell stuff.
Huh. Interesting.
Maybe I'm not cut out for business.
8 win Vanessa. Barely lost.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Water wheels, submersible, pufferfish. Yikes. Shield's not gonna help against this one. Maybe if I can burst them down.
Bravery without strength is a sword without.
Come on. And that's Dooley in a nutshell. So much potential, but it just sucks. You just get destroyed. Railgun. At Diamond, it's got pretty good damage. I think at Diamond it has like 6. It's like 500 or 600. I'm not sure, because it charges a tech item and you're spamming tech, so unless you can find some way to make a super non-tech build, be hard pressed to say whether or not it would be. Oh, already got you. Alright. Yeah. Well, that was enlightening.
You feel that sea breeze tickling your soul? Let's sail.
Enchanted or gold skill? I'm gonna go gold skill. Fire, shield, arms dealer. Hopefully we can get some fire thing.
Few warriors live to retire. Buy my weapons, and you might. Enjoy the thrill of battle.
Econ's definitely the best option overall. It doesn't completely absolve you of like bad play, but it definitely gives you the most flexibility. Lighter? Nope.
Come on in. Let's chat. Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
Well, that's nice. Disaster.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
3 weapons. Oh, God. I honestly don't... Wow. Okay, never mind. That crit just saved the run. What was that, 10%? That's insane.
We take pride in our restorations.
Haha. Now this will inspire the crew.
You might prefer Argenta's training. She's amazing. There are greater trainers than me. I'm just getting you ready for them.
Everyone here is huge. It's terrifying. Okay, now sell me something. Something huge.
I think we're too slow for the scrapper, which is sad. Alright, mosquito it is. I don't know if we keep on with the long john, maybe we'll look into like neophiliac or something. start of combat effects
Waste of gun.
and go for the insta kill. Start combat haste is good. Water.
We're out to defend the king, not to squabble with nobodies.
Interesting. Pretty sure they clear me just on the healing and the never mind. Damn, that was a lucky ass crit. That was like the only way I could win. That's insane.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell stuff. Do you have to leave already?
Full sail, my boy!
All right. Ooh.
Curio sells junk. We refurbish junk.
Actually,
New items? Do we look like
okay, 8.5. Etherite probably beats me with shield. I think we just have to be safe. Go with the flame dance.
I will accept my punishment.
Oh, okay, fine.
Any good fights lately? Oh, I do miss it. You'll be back with bruises.
What brings a softie to Rough Town? Put a few rounds in a dervish for me, will ya?
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist, go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Oh wow. It looks like OBS is like eating shit today. Finally in multi-chat, some messages are coming in from like a while ago.
You've got talent.
Gold diving
You should put it
helmet
to a
already.
nobler
That's
use.
crazy. I really need to get this upgraded. Small, large. Okay.
I pay well for mid-sized things. Reasonable sized things. I've got 4 legs because I carried the company.
Ride that tide!
Bronze.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
Ah, a friend. I mean, a customer. So, how about this weather we're... Oh, you're leaving.
Okay, so I need... Crow's Nest. Upgrade that real soon.
Gonna knock some sense into you. You're tougher than you look.
40 crit. Energy potion is nice. Medium large. I don't have a lot of gold.
Small items, small people. I love them all.
Keg's a bit expensive. I don't even think it would go off in time. 30%.
I'll never resell this. Did you see it, Quixel? I made a sale!
Alright, I guess we'll just see how that works. No money. I really need silencer. Three
I may
win
be
back.
young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Uh-oh, that's not good. Okay. I was gonna say, please keep the win streak alive. Cool.
Now this is how you win a war!
Actually, it's still early enough that inexonerable is pretty good, so
But it's beautiful up there.
building crit each fight is nice.
Size dilutes the brain. Mind is highly concentrated. Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless.
Temporary boost, small, large.
The Grand Society of
Let's see if we
Amaterasu.
can't find... Ooh, reroll's expensive. Yeah, I don't think so.
Right then, off you go.
I don't even know what I would remove. Probably the powder keg, but then what would the point of what would the point of that be? Can't really get rid of the amulet. Not really the star chart either, man. Don't like that. Let's give it a try. Probably okay.
People first, profit 10th. Buy, don't buy.
Man, these have been some disappointing shops. Too poor for that.
Rally, men! Blades to the wind!
It's not a bad one. Okay,
You should know,
delete.
I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Oh, burn. Uh-oh. It's not good. All right. It was nice and swift.
You've just taken the first step toward good taste. Tell everyone you got it here.
Ooh, we could get the gold powder keg here. be really nice.
Pathetic. As spineless as a jelly.
Ah.
Let's take the tyrant's whole
Never
kingdom.
lucky there.
Haha. Now this will inspire the crew.
Okay, so 80. I'm gonna try and look for an upgrade for the star chart.
You're not
Unfortunate.
ready to accept the light, and that's okay.
Small and medium, okay.
Price? Don't care.
Man.
Go buy something huge and then sell it to me.
Pig.
We're out
One
to
win.
dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
I should warn you, I'm not like other Jabarians.
Oh, bees.
I could see you're going places, but
Wow. I'm actually kind of surprised we won there. Okay. We have to take a fight. I was gonna say we need to get as far ahead with the Long John as we can.
Come with no weapons, leave with big bargains. I'm so glad we could share this experience today.
We should be okay. I think we want Bonk here.
Can't blame me for trying to survive.
32. Oh, that works too. That's nice.
Full sail, my boy.
Weapons, haste, and charge.
People think the body powers the mind, but it's the other way around.
Haste to vehicle, haste to poison. First time you haste, freeze. Gains 5 damage. Sure.
How thin the barrier really is.
I'm finished with fighting, but I can help you fit. Nufo teaches stillness. I prefer action.
Nope. Yeah, we'll do another docks event. More EXP, it's always good. Staying ahead of the curve. Vanessa, 5 wins.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Tofu Mentali. Oh god. That's scary. And he's got the cheat death too. Damn.
I would spar with you, but this leg. Oof. I respect Nufo, but bare hands are not enough.
The Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
Really bad shops. Don't like that. Guess we'll just go for value.
Ride that tide!
Let's go for loot. Man, I was hoping for like CDR or something. Non-weapon items. Let's go for a transform. Not what I was looking for. Chocolate, I guess. Dooley. 4 wins.
I may
Okay.
be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Weapon. Ooh, cybersecurity. That's scary. I think I've got him, but... yeah. Okay, 10% chance to crit. Okay. Well, this build has made it further than I ever could have envisioned. So I will I'll be happy with that, I suppose. Small, medium. Okay, yeah.
You hugelings use these things. I guess
Silencer. $10. 7.5. Okay, actually 6.4. I lost some burst. So we really just need to get the, what's it's called?
I got everything you need.
The crow's nest.
Well, you're doing your part to clean up the
Take
Bazaar.
that.
Tragedy. Reuse everything. Hat's been sitting there 20 years, waiting for you.
Oh.
Warms my rusty circuits to see that find a home.
Okay, 9.7. 8.2. 6.2. So almost 6 seconds.
Now this is how how you win a war.
Heal. I mean, heal isn't bad. I'd rather have obsidian on it. But heal could save me. Okay. Okay, Captain has the crow's nest. I think. Let me just make sure before I do something stupid. Does have a crow's nest. Okay. So yeah, that's our target. He also has a boat though, and the boat's scary. Crit, please. Damn. There we go. Oh man. That's not what I wanted at all.
Sale, no sale. I want what's right for you.
Swashbuckle. $25 crit.
I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was weird.
$90 crit. Okay. Sort of a DIY. What's it called? A DIY crow's nest. Kind of poor. Go for health. When Vanessa.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
So one weapon? Multi-weapons. Trebuchet builds. Uh-oh. It's got a lot more life than me, too. Crit, please. Okay, crit again before you die. Crit. There we go. Skills are going to be pretty expensive, I think. I guess we could check them out.
This world is full of noise. You must find the quiet within.
Yeah, that wasn't worth the reroll.
My battle days are over, but my weapons crave more. I hope you live long enough to reconsider.
Disappointing.
Men, blades to the wind.
Crit. I mean, yeah, the more crit that we can get because we have swashbuckle,
show me a side of something.
We'll up our damage.
A dozen bruising blows or one.
Sure, that'll just give us more.
Oh, blunt instruments.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not on you either.
Climb into my crucible.
Just need to go for the easy wins. Boost our damage.
I should have used powder of Algaroth.
Yeah, kind of too bad we didn't get, what's it called? Neophiliac. That would have been really nice. Bronze, neutral, okay.
Well, howdy, hero. Hooey! Now that's a bargain. Well, you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
Okay. .5. Hopefully that brings it to 6. Oh, just short.
If I don't
Okay.
have what you need, I'll help you find who does.
Nope.
You leave it behind, someone else finds it. It all works out.
3-win pig has died.
I may be young for a captain, but
Don't
I've
like
seen
that.
my share of storms.
Not at all. Fixer upper build? It is day 10. No, drum. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, this could get ugly. Okay. Oh, and it's slow. Oh, God. I think I'm dead here. Yep. Damn. Heavy drum. Disgusting.
Few warriors live to retire. Buy my weapons, and you might.
No
Bazaar is
upgrade.
not kind to the weaponless.
People first, profit 10th.
Man,
okay.
yeah, these shops have not been kind.
Let's take a tyrant's whole kingdom.
Very unkind. More EXP, that's good. We should be fighting against the octopus.
See that plank? Walk it.
Okay.
Full sail, my boy.
Do I upgrade the long john? I think I go for cooldown. I think each of these is 5%. This one's more crit though, so I think I'll upgrade that.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
109. Guess we'll just get some chocolate.
Make deal.
Any upgrades in here? None, as is how my luck tends to go.
Present with me?
8-win pig.
You should know.
Big
I'm a
yikes.
bit of a legend on Polaris.
Lago.
My people believed in peace.
Has not died yet. Fort. Shit. 10k HP. Ugh. Once this goes off, I'm screwed. Yep. Yep. Not surprised there. I think we're going to random.
And time is my paint.
Let me check the enchants for items. Do I try to silence her? Star chart? Let's star chart. Shield.
I will not fail you, Father.
It's almost like the thing I was trying to avoid. "99% of the time, it works 100% of the time." So dumb. Okay. Upgrades, please. Of course not.
Like that decision comes from a negative place.
Okay, I guess.
What's up?
Upgrade for the star chart, maybe. There we go.
Saved my life once. You just never know.
5.3. Oh, we should be fine against this guy.
Is this creature?
Get another level.
I will remember you and return.
Thrusters.
I did not seek this power for my own gain, you know. I seek it to share it.
I mean, that's not super helpful. Fine.
You are a quick study.
Golden Cove. That's pretty cool.
That looks like the Cretaceous.
Okay.
I'm finished with fighting. but I can help you finish a fight. I respect new food.
No upgrade. That's really sad. Pig, 6 wins, has died.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
I should warn you, I'm not one of those problems.
Drum. Oh god. Well. This is quickly going to become an issue. Yep. Man. What is that? Like 3 drums?
The tides and listen to the wind. They will guide your strikes.
3 drums that just like ended any semblance. Like my last 4 opponents were pig, I'm pretty sure. 2 or 3 were drums, and 1 was Keanu. Well, that's unfortunate, but not bad. Let's see what time it is. I might end stream here because it's getting a little late for me. 4:14. Yeah, I think I kind of want to end it on a high. I know we haven't done a pig run yet, but I fear what that could bring. So let's just open some chests here, and we'll call it for today. Damn. Number 2. Oof. Do one more. Ouch. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it here. Let me just check to make sure I don't miss anything. Ocean Rogue. Yeah, not really. Not really. Alright, well that wasn't bad today, I think. I think that turned out pretty good, actually. That was, I really wasn't sure. I mean, the only bad, well, quote-unquote bad run we had today was Dooley. And even then, that wasn't horrible. We still managed to get 4 wins, which means our place didn't go down in ranked. It was kind of unfortunate that we had a complete rollback on our Mac game. We got pretty far, and then it rolled all the way back to the beginning after an unfortunate disconnect. We did get a 10 win after climbing all the way back up, though. So that's really good. I think the only other thing... there was a rollback on Dooley, which, to be honest, if we didn't get that rollback, I don't think we would have gotten to 4 wins. So it's probably good that that happened. That's probably like the only good thing I'll say about that. Yeah, aside from that, no pig run today. I like playing pig, but he's just been so weak in this meta. I mean, obviously not at the end. Like, we got completely obliterated by 4 of them, but it's like, it's getting there. You know, the journey to that point is just so painful. And it's so slow. I really don't like it. But yeah, I mean, I think that's it for now. It's been pretty good otherwise, but yeah, I just want to say thanks to all that stopped by as per usual. I mean, you guys are really, really awesome. Just spending a part of your day with me, and I'm just really, really happy that you guys decide to do that. So thank you so much. I'll be back on Thursday for another stream. And that's probably going to be the last stream for the current season of the Bazaar. Or we might have one more left, I think. Yeah, because we have 7 days left in the current season. 7. Yeah, so the next time... So we should have one more week within this season, and then we'll be off to new prize pass, new cosmetics, new expansions. I'm pretty excited to see what they do. Each expansion brings its challenges, but generally they're fun for the most part. Anyway, I'm hungry. I'm gonna get off here and upload the VOD to my YouTube channel. Should be publishing the VOD here shortly on Twitch in case you missed any of it. But yeah, that's it for me today. Please have a good rest of your day. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you on Thursday at the usual time between noon and 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. And just have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay warm, remember to hydrate, and hopefully it's just a good one. Okay? All right, thanks, guys. See ya.